then this is the secret.
And today we have a money manager who has a 99.6 win rate.
If you do it once, you will always be greedy.
Trading really shows us who we really are more than what the markets are about.
And because of some bugs in the robots, we lose some trades. Don't act in the market like you know everything.
As promised, we are in Dubai, UAE, talking to some of the best people in the trading industry around this area. And today we have a money manager who has a 99.6 win rate in trading. I know you don't believe it, but we are about to talk to him and welcome him to the show with me, guys. Mr. Rashid, thank you for coming. How are you?
I'm good.
So I hear that you are a trader who has a 99.6 win rate. I've seen it myself.
Yeah.
Tell me more about what your source is in order to achieve that rate.
To be honest, it took for me like around 3 years to discover what I discovered today. Because I do believe no one's gonna teach you the secret. So in this case, I try to discover things by myself and I do a lot of experiments in the market. Then when I start to focus to don't lose money because your investor is your partner. If you made someone lose money, it's made me feel bad. So I was like, no, I'm not ready to take an investor. I need to keep study. And in this case, I was keeping study seriously since 2023 until late 2024, until I discovered what I discovered today. And that's what really helped me to have like the 99.6%. And because of some bugs in the robots, we lose some trades.
Yes.
And people, they told me like, how could you make a lot of money and you never lose money, and how you don't do, for example, stop loss, how you don't follow the news correctly. To be honest, every person in this life have their own strategy, and it's work with them because they understand something the other person doesn't understand. It's really hard for me to be someone else. If there are some people like they do follow the news and they make a lot of money, it does not match me. It's like I could not do the steps of the other people.
Correct. You always have to be yourself, even on the markets, because remember, trading really shows us who we really are more than what the markets are about. So tell me, how do you handle your lot sizes and leverage when you are executing your trades?
To be honest, I do the minimum. People, they don't believe it. Like for $2 million, we do 0.02.
Really? We are out here with $1,000 and putting one lot size.
No way. One lot size will be, I need to do the math. For a million, like I think it's for 1 billion, I will do one lot size.
Wow, for 1 billion, you could do one lot size. I think it goes back to the next question, which is about greed, because with such a small amount, we always want to achieve big results and also not really look much into how we trade and how it affects us. Are there any other activities you do outside of the charts, or maybe a daily routine that helps you to keep focused and disciplined when you trade?
To be honest, every person could be greedy when they make money, especially when it's come to emotional decision. Like you want to buy a house, you're in a rush, you want to make more money, then you will increase the lot. And this is so bad because if you increase it, you increase the risk.
Of course, the risk is more increased because sometimes if you put a higher lot size on such a small account, it definitely gets to parts whereby your account can be blown, you can have a drawdown. And how do you handle your drawdowns?
See, you always have to think about the market. Nothing is guaranteed. If the gold, like what's happened recently, the gold will always be high. Like all the news say like strong buy.
Yes.
And then one of my investors say like, is it a season, why would you don't increase the lot? I was like, what if it's fall?
Yeah.
It was like, it will never, because no one says it's gonna fall. And suddenly what's happened with the 31 trillion has been moved out of the market. It's like drop around $700, $800. He was like, if you listen to me and you're increasing and you became greedy, then I was gonna be out of the market. Then this is the secret. Don't be greedy because you don't know what's happening tomorrow. Don't act in the market like you know everything. To be honest, I don't know anything. And Venezuela war is a chaos. We made a lot of money. We don't lose. And my investors start to call me and told me like, Rashid, how did you expect that? You're a genius. I was like, don't give me credit. I don't know what's gonna happen. I was not expecting even 0%, you know?
Yes, yes.
Because I'm not a political guy. I'm a
Yes.
trader.
Yeah.
But my strategy is good to keep them safe in case of chaos. But I'm not expecting what chaos gonna happen. It's a war or something happen in the market. I have no idea. And to be honest, I don't waste my time reading and care because in my personal life, I don't really follow even celebrities. I don't have time for this.
Yes,
So I
yes.
don't follow news too. Because it's just gonna stress me for no reason. The most important thing is just make money and be happy.
Of course, you always have to make money and be happy. You're speaking about gold being a long trade.
Yeah.
What is your take on the current market state? Are you saying that in the long term, gold will continue being a buy?
Yeah, of course.
Where is gold currently sitting at right now?
See, gold in history is like gold is a metal. All the
Yes,
metal
yes.
is gonna increase sooner or later because of the domain. So money is like losing value all the time. What's made metals more expensive? It's the same with the real estate.
Okay, yes, yes. Tell me more about that. How is it the same with real estate?
Actually, the more you print money, is losing value, so the real estate is gonna be more expensive.
Oh, interesting. Well, we're learning a lot of things today. We're learning about real estate as well, forming part of the trading and financial markets that we didn't think was affected by everything around us. Funny enough, it is affected by everything around us. So tell me, what is your strategy when you trade? What strategy do you use?
I will say be patient.
Yes, that's your strategy.
Be patient to the point you don't go greedy because if you put your emotion in the market because you want to reach faster,
Yes, yes,
it's,
yes.
it's dangerous.
Right, right. It is really dangerous to be greedy because I remember myself as well when I used to be greedy. I lost so much money that it got to a point whereby my greed started to come back to bite me. I was no longer making money. Instead, I was always sad. I thought that the markets were against me to a point that I realized that no, let me not trade for problems. Let me trade to enhance the skill and to continue to do trading in a way that will be sustainable to me. Can you tell me a bit about a recent trade that you took that was successful?
Always daily.
Well,
But I
yeah,
really
yeah.
like what you're talking about is about losing. Do you know a lot of people they want to be good trader by just study trading. And this is not true because you should lose money. You have to experience this. And to be a good trader, I think you should lose more than 10,000 times to learn. There are a lot of things you will never learn from the knowledge. You need to
Yeah.
learn from experience because what trading is testing your mental health.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
a lot, a
so
lot.
so if you lose your money for the first time, you will panic. Then you want to quit. Then you want to be back, and so like you will have this challenges like, I don't want to be out of the market. I want to win. I'm not a quitter. I will be
Yes,
back.
yes, yes,
Then you
yes.
be back. Then you lose again. You panic again. And then do you know what it's gonna teach you? It's gonna teach you how to be strong mentally.
Yes, of course. It has taught me to be strong mentally in so many ways. I remember as a trader, which I believe many people can attest to this with me. You trade, you make a loss, or you blow an account, you say, I give up on trading.
Yeah.
Before I was a profitable trader, I don't know how many times I deleted my MetaTrader and I actually deleted everything that has to do with trading. But it would come back to me because money is spiritual. It would come back to me and say, listen, we need to make money and this is the only skill you have. What are you going to do about that? So I would just go back to the trades and start trading. So when you have a drawdown, because I know you hardly lose, considering that you have a 99.6 win rate, when you have a drawdown or some of your investors or your probably community, when you are around even traders that have a drawdown, how do you motivate them?
Just go back in the market. And you know, there are a lot of people they don't want to go back in the market.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
remember there one of my like investors. He said, I want to trade by myself. I want. Can you be my teacher? And I think this is the thing I regret in my life.
Yes, yes.
Because when I started teaching, I told him like, you're not ready maybe mentally. He was like, it's easy. Then he started to make money and he started to understand the market and told him like, do you know, Rashid, this market is so easy. If I buy it's gonna go up. Then I close, then I do sell, it's gonna go down, and the market's
Yeah.
always up and down. Then I told him, like, you're gonna lose your money.
Yeah, of course, of
Okay,
course. That's guesswork.
In that time, he was investing like $1 million. He made like 500K. Then he lost like around 400 something. So
Ooh.
actually, like, he go back above the start line. Like, he still make a little profit.
Yes,
But because if he's not accepting the loss mentally, he was like, no, this is so hard, whatever, like, I'm quitting. And then he withdrew all his money.
Oh no. Then did you at least tell him he can come back and trade with you again?
He have a character of, I want to control my life. I want to control the money. I want to be good in everything.
Yes, yes.
And you could not change people, because people, they have a character where some people, they don't need help from others. They want to be the help.
Of course.
So they don't accept if you're on charge. This is not my problem to think about. It's his character. I have to respect this.
Yeah, of course. And it's his money. You cannot tell him what to do with his own money.
In the end, let him to do what he wants. Let him to invest when he's ready. Let him to take his money when he's ready. It's his personal choice.
That's amazing. For someone who's had a 99.6 win rate, I'd probably be big-headed about it and be overconfident. When you go to the charts, do you have moments where you get overconfident about your trades to a point that maybe you lose instead of winning?
I be honest with my customer. I will tell them, like, if you don't want to invest that much of money, that's how risky it will be. Like, if the markets drop around $700, you will out. And the people who invest a lot, I was like, if the markets drop more than $1,500, then you're out. They have to understand and be aware about what you're doing. And they could say, this is like almost impossible to happen, but you never know what's going to happen in the market. What if the gold is dropped to $1,000 one time?
Yes,
it's possible, but it's super rare. Nothing is guaranteed in life.
So you only trade metals, right?
Yeah, silver, gold.
Silver as well. Oh, that's interesting. Do you see gold and silver going the same direction in terms of the kind of trades that you could take? Because you mentioned earlier that with gold, it's looking more on a buy side in terms of trading, and especially long term. If you want to take a trade in gold now, just take a buy and you can all have it open long term. Is that the case with silver, with everything that's happening in the world?
I will share one of my secrets, actually. I don't really like to speak about my strategy, but I will always advise people to buy metal. Don't do sell, even if it's sell season.
What about scalpers? If someone is a scalper or trades using the scalping strategy, what if they just want to get in and out?
It's up to them, because I met a nice lady yesterday in the event, and she do this. Mashallah, like, she's doing 37 times her money in 2 days.
What?
Yeah, she do it with little money because she don't care if she lose it, but if she keep doing this, is win, is like, she's gonna reach somewhere. And do you know what? It's good for her. It's match her character, because I was more interesting about what is your character and why you do this. It's match her character. It's her strategy. She could not be me. I could not be her. And you know what? I was like, listen, we should have a meeting, a business. I will give you little money. As soon you made it a lot, I will put it on my wallet for the safe strategy, and still making the money. Then I will keep giving you this. She was like, what if I lose the money? I was like, I will give you again. I was like, what if I lose it again? I was like, I will give you 3 times. I don't care, because you should gamble with the gambler people. She's like, she's more like a gambler. I'm more like a safe strategy.
Yes.
So safe strategy doesn't bring fast money as much as the gambler. But if the gambler, like, they rock, then bring this a lot of money into the safe place, then your start to have more passive income as a stable, and this is good for long term.
That's actually very good, because you are also helping people. This is something that we lack a lot in the industry of traders, because there's a stigma that everyone believes that everyone has money and no one needs money from somebody else. But if you are also helping people, as you are mentioning that you wanted to assist this lady with her long-term trading plan and still continue to assist her, because the amount of money being lost in the markets. And the markets are really not on our side. We really appreciate your assistance in that regard. So coming to my next question, how long have you been trading for?
Around 11 years.
11 years. Did you start off with metals when you began, or you found metals along the
No,
way?
no. To be honest, I was so young in that age. I found an ad on Instagram, I think, or Facebook. I don't know, 11 years ago.
What
And
was happening in your life? Were you broke?
no, I was not broke. I was
Yeah.
doing some business deals with my family.
Yes, yes.
I was even in my family, mashallah, my family is so kind. I
Yes,
was
yes.
like having
You're blessed.
my own salary because I'm part of this family with no job.
Yes, yes.
To be honest with you, like, you know, in the whole family, people, like, they have a salary, extra, they do a job or no jobless, it's up to them.
Yes, yes, yes.
So this is a kind of, let's say, my family culture.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
So it's really hard to say broke in my family, because even if you want to do nothing for 6 months and you don't work, whatever, you still have the money from your family
yes,
as a
yes,
support.
yes, yes.
And this is funny, maybe this is what motivates me, because when you're the richest in the family, you always support everyone else.
Yes.
And that's what's maybe made me think I want to be the money man in the family. And the competition is really hard because everyone's rich.
Yeah, of course, of course.
So I could never reach there if I don't try to be good trader, because I think trading, it's the only key to be really useful to support the family, because the way how they treat me, or the way how they bless me,
yes,
I could not return it back, and I need to be more successful to do this.
Wow, that's lovely. Can you please just a little bit elaborate how you do your risk management? It's a very important part in trading, and if you have that high win rate, maybe people could learn from you on how they can manage their own risk.
To be honest, I would say understand your strategy, then do the math. I could show you after the interview my math, and mostly people, they don't understand this language, because the trader normally, they don't speak this language. It's my numbers and my math. But I could show you, like, since you're different in the market and you do your own way, then your math and your study is different.
Yes.
So I could show you, but 100% you will not understand what's this for.
Well, it brings me back to, we are all different kinds of traders, and with your high win rate, are you an aggressive or conservative trader?
I'm not aggressive at all, because I think this is not smart.
Yes, yes.
You know, people who's aggressive are mostly losing, not just with the trading. Aggressive people, I feel like they are out of control emotionally, and we go back to the same point where trading is about mental. One of the reasons why I want to be a trader, I want to be strong mentally. It's not because trading, even when I go study, like when I go to study like a life coach, because I want to be strong, like mentally, I want to be like more emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
So when you're strong mentally, I think this is 90% of the reason why you're successful, because of your mental health.
Of course, of course. I also mentioned this to my community. You guys, be with me right now. You understand this. You know, I always tell you about emotional intelligence, which is a very important aspect of your trades, because beyond the charts, beyond the money, beyond the lifestyle, there is your mental health involved and emotional intelligence. You cannot think you are a good trader if emotionally you are not intelligent, if you get moved by each and everything that happens in the charts, with trades, with even your own life. Because if you go into a chart and you are not emotionally intelligent, whatever happened to you before you went to the charts is going to come up in the trades, and you're going to do things like not following up with the rules you set before coming to the charts, as well as you may be easily moved by anything and everything. We are learning a lot today from Mr. Rashid, but I want to learn even more. I know you have somewhere to be, but I'd just like to hear a little bit more from your side. I'm from South Africa. It's great to be able to connect with traders in Dubai and be able to learn a bit about how from the other side of the world, trades are being taken compared to other sides of the world as well. Trading is a very big and complex industry, and we learn every day on how each and every one of us chooses to trade. If maybe, let's say, you were to have a moment whereby you had to choose between trading and getting a salary. I know this is like bit odd,
Yeah.
but or maybe having your own company and not trade. Which one would you choose? Would you choose trading or just running a company?
See, the first one is like a salary or trading, of course, trading.
Of course, there's
Yeah,
a lot of money here.
you know, people who there, I give respect to people who want a stable life. Some people they don't want to
Yeah.
be rich because it stresses them out.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
just want to work. They want a leader, so they want a CEO and they want to work in a company. Full respect to these people. They choose what suits them.
Yes, yes.
After the life coach, I started to be more open about to respect people wish. And some people they want to be a leader. If you put them as a people work with a salary, they will be stressed.
Yes.
It's
yes.
like, no, I don't want. I want to grow. I want to be rich. I want to be a leader. Actually, they are not chasing money as much. They are chasing dreams and they're chasing power.
Of course, money is always associated to power and dreams. And with people like you who have grown around money, who are used to being around money, is there a way that maybe in your money management program, you also teach people or maybe mentor people?
I do teach people. I mentor people, but my best advice: always find your own way because I found my own way.
Yes,
I
but
don't.
you've found it, and maybe people would want to learn your way from you because you've already achieved it. So why not share?
So I've been trained with one of the companies already closed now, but they adopt me and they teach me, and I'm so grateful for these people. So in that time, I had like a really good teacher. After a few years, we don't chat, but I still have his contact.
Okay.
Recently, because I tried to apply for Guinness, it's so complicated, like online things.
You
know?
want to do a Guinness World Record in trading?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's nice. We'll be here supporting you, doing the work.
Yeah, it's really a lot of question, a lot of things to read as a law and agree. I was like taking days, then I skip the next day. I keep reading. It's a long story.
Yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah.
I was calling my master and I told him like, it's been a really long time. I want to celebrate with you because I really reached where I wish to be.
Yeah,
And now like I reach like almost like 100% win rate without bug, you know.
Yes, yes.
And because of you being my teacher, it was one of the steps like I being here today, and I want to celebrate. He was like, I quit since ages, and he's doing real estate.
Yes, yes.
Then he's like, okay, he don't care.
How did that make you feel though, hearing that your mentor is now doing real estate and is no longer in trading?
To be honest, it's his choice because he gave up.
Okay.
He have a better teacher than me, and this he was our role model. He was like an Egyptian guy who traded for banks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you know, like he was doing the strategy. The word he say, it's the key what I'm doing today.
Yes.
I
yes.
never know his strategy, but you know, sometimes I could say like always buy gold.
Yes.
So
yes.
you catch my word, and if you do it, you discover something, and because of this, you reach where you are today. So
Correct.
the word he say is what's made me like think twice and be more advanced.
What did he say?
One of the things he say, like pound and dollar, they always correct. If they drop, they will correct because this country is so strong, and they could correct the gold to be back to the same position and the pound the same position. So when he trade, he see any drop, he get the chance, he buy, and when they correct, like he make money. So this is one of his strategy, I think. But he always say like, whatever happened with the golds will always be correct. What's happened with the bonds always gonna be correct. But he was more about bond person. We were talking about like more than 10 years ago, and it's been a really long time.
Oh wow! So you are saying gold, which is you did mention that you trade metals. You always advise on trading metals. Let's say now, since you are saying gold is a long trade, is there something maybe that you are seeing with gold that the people out there that want to trade and want to know why you are saying gold is a buy, that you could share with us and say maybe, no, you know what, gold is a buy in a long term because maybe there's more gold being mined, like just for example. So why do you say that about this instrument?
The thing is, the metals is rare to find.
Okay.
And the domain is really high.
Yeah.
And since 1960s until now, it's like I see the gold always increase.
Yeah.
Even if it's have big drop, then gonna long term is gonna be high because the money is always gonna lose value by more they print. And then it's happened around the world. What made the real estate and the metals more expensive. So I may be wrong one day. What if they discover a lot of gold and they don't like the domains drop?
Yes,
You
yes,
got
yes.
it?
Yes.
What if they could replace gold, or one day every country decide like gold is not important?
Yes.
Then my buy strategies could be wrong one day. They're nothing guaranteed in this life.
Well, to be quite honest, for the past 3 years, gold has been appreciating in terms of value. I think gold has first hit its highest of all times last year in I think in around March, when it had the 3,000 mark.
Yeah.
From there, in last year alone, in 2025 alone, gold has gone up to now, that is in 5,000 mark. And before that, it was not the case. So it is a matter of your analysis. As much as you are saying it might not be right, it might be right, or maybe in the long term it might not be right, but right now it is right. It is correct. It is a factual analysis, because we've seen gold grow and hit higher parts of the charts more than it has ever done before. So coming to what's currently happening to the world right now, just to go a little bit back to the bouncing strategy. The bouncing strategy is whereby the markets can repeat the same thing that it did maybe a few years ago. On the same NFP this year, for example, the markets can do the same thing they did back in 2005 during the same NFP in the same month. So where I'm getting at with this is that gold is likely to continue growing like a lot, very much, because you are saying metals are a very rare instrument to find even in the physical form. It was broadcasted in the news that with gold being extinct, it's likely to become extinct in terms of the physical bar of gold, because a lot of people are moving everything digital. With the money being financially decreasing value, depreciating value, that is correct, because most places now, even with us, we no longer pay with physical money, we tap our phones, right? Do you think such things are likely to affect the currencies as well that we are trading on the markets? Because the dollar has also really dropped its value compared to my currency, that is.
I don't know if you keep following what's happening around the world, but I think it's from July, if I'm not mistaken. United States is gonna accept like gold is being payment as a tab, so you could buy gold and pay as a currency. So before you could not buy a currency, you could just save them, you know, like or buy them on a stock market. But now you could use it as a real money and silver too.
Oh, wow.
So that's really increased the domain for it, because people, they will keep using it. And what's happened recently with the tax and thing, and they removed the tax, it's really increased the gold, because you see, the thing is, I may be wrong, but what's the chance of being wrong? It's 1%, less than 1%, then I will gamble, because this is 99% gold will be up. So life, when I say life is not guaranteed, I don't say it's risky.
Do you think trading and gambling are the same thing?
No. Gambling could be like a casino. You do like red or black. You know? And this is like people who have the mindset to enter the market in you. They say either I win or I lose. It's like red and black. They buy with no strategy. They say, sometimes people, they say I will be against the market. If everyone say like high domain, he say no, it will be drop. And sometimes they became correct, but there are no guarantee.
And then trading?
Trading, you should be a good analyzing, good leader, like director. And you should do things and keep your emotion away. After all the study, you may go back to the market, you have the numbers and everything. I was like, no, I want to increase, I could make more money. This is not gonna fall. The market is not gonna fall for $500. So let me to double it, then I will, I will go back to the same volume. But this decision, if you do it once, you will always be greedy. You have to teach yourself how to behave. Because if you do it once, then it's easy to do it twice. So from the beginning, if you want to be greedy, say no. Go back with your study, like convince yourself this is the right thing. Then when you go back to trading and you start to be greedy, it was like, no, go back to your study. And like, I'm 100% this is right and this is the right way and why. Convince yourself this is right and save because of reason. When you'll be convincing, you're not gonna be greedy. But greed is like, everyone's greedy because they're ambitious, right?
Yes.
But when you have no plan, this is what I call it greed.
Yes.
When you have a plan, I call it ambitious.
So tell me, you mentioned that you were scrolling through Instagram. That's how you came across trading.
Yeah.
So that time before you started winning 99.6%,
Yeah.
how was it like when you were losing before then, when you were learning how to trade, when you had these trades not going your way? Tell me about that time in your life. How was it feeling? How did you feel? And what did it make you change that you were doing then?
In that time, I was more as a student. So I
Yes.
was following my master and the master of my master.
Okay. Okay. Uh-huh.
So, and they keep encouraging me. I'm not really thank them because they teach me how to trade. I really gonna be grateful for these people to make me face the fears I have.
Yes.
Fears of
Yes.
losing,
Yeah.
of lack of information, of confidence. They work hard in my mental,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
not really with the numbers, because numbers, they could, anyone could teach you number. No one could be a really good coach.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So the thing is, I'm grateful for him, not because he he's like what teach me number, he, because in the end I do my own strategy.
Yes.
When
Yes.
I called my teacher to thank him after all of these years, it's just because he worked on me when I need a coach.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Correct.
like, you know, sometimes you may have a kid in the future, and then your kid is intelligent, but he have the fear of like starting or thing. If you work on him to give him
Yes.
the confidence and support, he could shine.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
It's-
Definitely.
so that's why it's so important to spend time with your kids, because they don't just want you to send them to school, to the best school
Yes,
and
yes,
education.
yes, yes.
Then you're busy with working and making numbers, but you're not there as a support. As a
Yes,
parent, you
yes,
always have
yes.
to be a support, because this what make people, from my opinion, is like successful or non-successful, is like the emotional support, and like facing themselves and build this self-confidence. It's made you successful not only with the trading, with a lot of fields, I believe.
That is actually very true. And thank you for highlighting that, because in the trading industry, we have a lot of mentors, right?
Yeah.
But as much as they can teach you how to trade, can they mentor you and coach you the right way? Do they teach you what you need to know? Or are they just showing you numbers of where they are in terms of their trading career? It's very common in the African region on our end, because you would find more than 100 mentors with over 500,000 followers on Instagram. But if you follow up on the kind of mentors they are, or probably the people that they've tried to help where they are in terms of their trading journey and their mental state about trading, you'd realize that there was no thorough coaching here. And one thing about trading, numbers, altogether, finance, it needs you to be present. It also needs you to be very, very vigilant about what you do. Your way of thinking, you having time for it, is also important. And I appreciate you highlighting that fact. And I'd like to thank you so much for coming and having this conversation. It really means a lot, and all the best with the expo today. I doubt I'll be able to go. I went yesterday, but it was lovely meeting you yesterday. It's lovely having you here today. We will keep in touch, and thank you for welcoming us to the UAE. Tell me, where can people find you? Are you on Instagram, on your social media platform, or Telegram?
To be honest, I start as a low-key. I will start my social media now as a trader.
Yes.
Because it took for me a really long time to think, should I go in front of camera or not? And you're the first person, to be honest.
Yes.
It's like, I always want to do it the right way, where I could be famous as a trader with the right people. Because social media is available for everyone.
Yeah, true.
Like different age, nationalities, background, and I think I will have lack of like privacy. I don't want to be famous, like someone will take a picture or say hi to me when I want to spend the family time. I was like, okay, maybe I will go with LinkedIn. I've been overthinking, and I was like, do you know what, Rashid? You have to be famous person. And you know, I have a life coach. He's my mentor, like every day.
Okay.
As a person, not just a trader, as any person, I will advise everyone to have a life coach, because if you be honest with yourself and face your emotion every day, you will not have any problem. You will be more emotional intelligent. And then my life coach was asking me like, you should be famous, you're talented, why you're hiding this just because you want privacy?
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
You know, I came from an Arab culture. Like, we're here in UAE, mostly, I would say mostly, not all of them, but mostly we like privacy.
Yeah, 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 true.
And I grew up with a family, they love privacy.
Yeah, yeah. There's peace in privacy. I know a lot of people too that are traders, a lot of people too that are wealthy, a lot of people too that are doing some great things in their lives.
Yeah.
They are talented. Some of them are musicians, some of them are creative artists. But when it comes to being in front of the camera or with an audience, they would tell you that I'm just doing this for the love of it. I don't want to be known for it, because honestly speaking, you never have a life once you are in the public eye. Your life is always filled with what people have to say about you.
To be honest, to be ready to be a famous person, you should work hard in yourself. So that's why it's really encouraged me, because having the idea of being famous or not, it's really encouraged me. I was like doing the life coach weekly. I started to do it every day.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So when you get to the point where you're working harder and faster in yourself to be sure you're ready or not in front of camera, because since you're enter, you never go back.
Yes,
I know,
yes.
like, one of my friend, like, he's a famous, because his sister is one of the famous actor here we have in UAE.
Yeah,
You
yes.
know, like, in the Arab region. She live in UAE. The thing is, he told me, don't enter, it's too much headache. We could not have a private time with the family, and he jumped with the fears I have. But do you know what? I don't care, because getting my privacy maybe made me less successful. What's the most important thing for me? Being more
You
successful
can't be
or not?
less successful when you've got millions and millions that you are moving of dollars and trading every day.
No, it's like,
Yes.
it's different when you have 100 clients or 1,000 clients.
Yeah, true, true.
So
true.
being like non-famous, maybe I will stuck only with the network. Then I will wait 2-3 months for this guy to call his cousin or his brother, or
yes,
you know.
yes, yeah.
Then whenever people, like, they go to dinner and they say like, I want to invest, I don't know where to invest. Oh, I know a guy called Rashid. Then they
Yes,
call
yes.
me, like, and then they text me on WhatsApp like, I was meeting someone yesterday. He's really interesting. Then this how thing is growing, because sometimes you delay being famous. It's good because it's give you more confidence. If you could success without fame,
Yes, yes, yes.
and you just success by your network, and this network growing just because of your hard work and trust, then you're always successful.
Yeah, correct. Obviously, there's always success in everything we do. Some people are successful with their mental health. Some people are successful financially. And each and every one of us is successful in a different way from the talent. There are people that are making money from their talent. The first thing that was successful was their talent before the bank account. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much to Mr. Rashid Al-Suwaidi and myself, Leila Tati Berubi. Don't forget to check out xCHIEF.com to find all your bonuses, all the good things and benefits that we have for you. Partner up with us if you have a community. That's it from me. I'll see you again, guys, in another country probably. But that's it from me, from the UAE, with the people that make the UAE to be what it is. Bye, everyone.